everyone. Welcome back to the show. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great afternoon, evening out there, wherever you are. Could be morning time. I'm not sure. We have watchers, viewers all over the world who are here because they have a dream. They want to get rich or richer, and they like the Richard Hart guy. He's pretty cool. I like him as well. So today, boy, I had a stream planned, and then PulseChain Treasury stuff happened. I was like, whoa, okay, let's do this. Let's do this because super interesting. And just, kind of related to what I was going to talk about anyway. So just Richard coming back, and how we're going to do some, just thinking about him streaming. And again, not that he needs to come back and start streaming all this stuff, but just thinking about putting myself in the moment of that happening and just looking at the price chart. I don't know if beforehand we'll get this steady increase with all this bullshit stuff coming or not, but I know he gets on stage and you get 15, 20,000 people watching live on YouTube. If he's would he stream on both these days? I don't know what his setup is, but for example, StreamYard lets you stream on X and YouTube at least. I wish it would support other stuff. I wish it would support Facebook and what else? Twitch and all the other ones as well. That'd be cool. Maybe one day they will. Or if they do, chat, let me know if they do. And I just haven't looked at it for a while. But seeing all those viewers see Richard talk, he's already made the video, which was super confident, super amazing. And he's being, I don't know, it just feels like he's being a lot more vocal. He's being a lot more open about stuff. And that's what we get to on the Treasury as well. But it's super exciting times on PulseChain. We got just over $1 million just bridged in 38 minutes ago. And if you want to call it code or just whatever you want to call it, 555.55 wrapped ETH bridged in. Amazing stuff. And also, Jim My Crypto is supposed to join us as well. We can talk to him, catch up with him, see what's going on. He's been streaming a lot lately. He used to be a streamer a lot, like every day, crypto in the morning, a couple years ago or so. Try to catch up with him too. Go for about an hour or so. But let me get the chat, and then we'll pull it up and get into it. Fox Malder, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Red Squirrel, are you number 2, number 1 today? I'm not sure. I'm gonna pretend like you're number 1, even though you showed up number 2 in the chat there. Got that wrench, so that's a nice wrench as well. Trade Pulse, that official news. I assume you're talking about PulseChain Treasury confirmed. There was a question mark in the title as well, at least at the time of streaming. So I don't know. Did Richard confirm we have a PulseChain Treasury? We'll get to it. Does he ever confirm anything? Not really. So we kind of got to go off of this. I don't know. It's kind of like wordsmith at a certain point. It's like, what do you think it's going to be used for? Again, you have no idea. You have no expectations. If you were to speculate, it could be a treasury, could be never touched again. But a lot of ETH, second most ETH, only to the Ethereum Foundation. And I'll pull it up in just a minute. We'll talk about it. Pulse Jiu-Jitsu, how's it going, man? Fast Abdul, good to see you. Lucky Luke 369777. Heard those some lucky numbers there. Yeah, the West transaction. We see you, RH. Who knows? Could be. Who knows? I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they go do some benevolent stuff on PulseChain, whoever they are. Would not shock me. Marcelo, how's it going? Welcome. Francia Rockets, gotta point those to the moon. We're gonna actually check the price charts today as well, or at least the price numbers. I don't check them very often, but I feel like it's probably gonna check them because I think they went up a little bit recently as well. UFO has landed. How's it going, man? Good to see you as well. Ultra bullish apparently. That is the words that I read. Who else we got? Crypto Kong. How's it going, man? What up? How's it going? Good to hopefully excited to stream with you and the Zenith. The Zenith shall return, hopefully both of you, on Friday for PulseChain Bulls only. One of my new favorite shows. Had a great one last week with Briz and Fast as well. So per Rackham's bet tweet, are we to assume RH already agreed to live stream today? Oh man, that's a great point. I don't know. To the first part, I wouldn't assume that, based on just the little bit of context I've seen so far with that. I'll pull that up as well. That's a great topic. But has he already agreed? Has he already started setting up events, giving people NDAs to not leak it before when ready? Who knows? Maybe. But it certainly, again, I would not be shocked at all. He comes back, starts telling hello everyone, all that good stuff. I see GRC, and it should be amazing. But that's a great point. I'll pull that up as well. If I don't, remind me. If I don't pull it up halfway through, remind me, Fox. Appreciate that. It's a good topic. Pumping, that's what I've heard. I don't know. I don't look at price charts very much, but I like to see it. What's up, Tam? How's it going? Well, very proud of you. Appreciate that. I am proud of our community and what we're able to achieve so far in non-ideal conditions of green candles. Imagine what we can achieve if we just keep pumping stuff out, keep positive spirit, keep doing what we know to be right to the best of our ability, and just keep spreading positivity and joy and trying to help people. And I don't know, I kind of reflect on this every once in a while. It's kind of like, I don't know, just, I've talked a little bit about this, my way of approaching things and stuff on X recently as well, especially in regards to somewhat related to the debate tomorrow, which should be really fun. I'm excited for that. Need to do some more homework, need to do some more research, because I definitely want to make it a good one for those people who enjoy thorough, what'd you say it? Disassembly, breaking down of complex topics. Should be fun with literally complex on the emotional side, on the rational side as well. Should be interesting. But yeah, I'm proud of the way that we literally, I don't know the simplest way to put it is we refuse to lose. We're winners. So let's go win. Let's keep winning. I love it. Intro's awesome. Shout out a million times to Markable for creating that media package back in the day, a couple years ago or so now. Emmett, how's it going? Love from the UK. How's it going? Jose, welcome. Archie's here. Welcome, Archie, as well. All right, GRC has arrived, though. Welcome back to the show from like 2 years ago. Jim Rat Crypto. How's it going, sir?
What's up, dude? I'm kind of losing my mind right now.
Is that in a good way? Are you excited?
I mean, it's kind of nuking right now. It's kind of time right now. Like right now, like I want to emphasize right now, and I don't want to be like go FOMO by. We've had this stuff for so long, right? But I'm telling you, from someone that took a step away completely, like never even looked at the computer, dude. And I just had a hunch with the political stuff that maybe it was a good time. It wasn't like I'm not some sniper, but like I was like, maybe it's a good time. Start talking to my boys again, like messing around, just having fun on the YouTube and stuff. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, bullish news. And then I remembered it all comes back. It's Euphoria bullishness and nothing makes sense. And the money doesn't make sense and the pools don't make sense because most people can't realize how small these liquidity pools are. They just can't realize because they don't have enough time behind the computer, right? And RHMax has enough time behind the computer to realize that. I do, but most guys don't. So I'm so glad it's my second max Euphoria if we get there. Hopefully we get there. If we don't...
I'd say Hex almost to a penny. I mean, that's a pretty delightful thing to see again too. Went down so far, especially, when we were back, started out streaming, you before me. And I remember actually the first time I know we talked about this before, but I remember the shout out you gave me on the channel right when I was starting too. And I always appreciated that. Like, I remember you so I think somebody sent you a link or something. You pulled it up on Crypto in the Morning and you're like, oh, who's this guy? This is RHMax guy. Oh, and you played the, Wide Godwell sacrifice 777 ETH with Wells, that video. And you're like, let's listen, let's give him a chance. Let's listen to him for a minute. And you listen for a couple minutes. He's like, okay. And I think either you invited me on the show after that or otherwise. But I always appreciate. Always realize
you were being authentic. Like that's probably really what I could realize from it all. Like in hindsight, like so few people that are just at least being honest a little, for the most part, about transparent, just like about what they're doing and what's going on. You don't find that much anymore. It's rare. So when I see it, and that's why we both like Richard Hart, right? We can relate on that level. And so it's kind of like a weird spiritual thing where you're like, we're all on the same weird little path. in that kind of alignment with the same mission at the same time for random people. And I'm sure you still do. I'm sure you still have people you look up to and people that, but consistency is key. And we have been here, I mean, 6 years, 5 years now, dude. Like, we have been here. And I did not think we would get to this point, dude. I swear to God, it's just been like almost like none of us really have a choice in the matter. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the rides you never knew you signed up for in a way. It's the ups and the downs. I know you taken a break and come back recently as well. And I've said this entire time for the last, I guess, couple of years since we really hit some max pain points from time to time. So it's like, oh, is this max pain? Oh no, and then yeah, it just keeps getting pulled back and forth. What do you know? I've said I don't blame anyone for taking a break, man. Like anyone who wants to take a break, not look at crypto for a while, I don't blame them. Like it's always kind of shocking to me that I've not taken more than probably 2 weeks off streaming since I started like 3 years ago or so, and it's not easy to do. And so either way, like I like to see you back.
You're more advanced than me with like tech in general. Like before I started, I came into this world, dude. My eyes had never seen so much computer. I was like a year and a half or 2 years later after streaming every day. That was my problem. I did it every day. I should have just been like, I just went crazy, but I believed in it and I still do. I just knew it was counterproductive for my brand as someone who basically tries to onboard people without them getting wrecked. Like, that's my personal little thing. Like, I like when new guys from the normal dudes get into crypto and they find someone that's not kind of like cornered, right? You know what it's like for people to be cornered, not even like financially. Usually people are getting paid, cornered kind of deal. So that's what I've been trying to do. And PulseChain aligns more with that than ever right now. I mean, it just with the SEC stuff. So it's been like, I couldn't write a better book about it, to be honest, if I tried.
We won, man. We won. I mean, I never had any doubt on that. That's something that I've kept saying. We're going to win. Like, it's obvious. Like, we, in a way, again, I try to keep everything like pretty grounded, rational. But there were certain times where I'm like, no, we are meant to win. Like, this is like destiny. Like, this will happen. Like, Richard's got, we know he's in the right. We know that the government's going to try all these things, and luckily the administration changed as well, which I think helped a lot too, being more pro crypto. But the whole time I was like, no, it's meant to be. It's going to happen, and we just got to give it some time. And then eventually did. And look where we're at now. We're looking at some green candles, maybe a lot more. Who knows? I certainly excited to see it though.
Yeah, well, I mean, at certain levels too, like things can't go sideways forever, but kind of they can, I guess. But like, just pull up that tweet of that guy. You probably already did. That ETH dev. Or whoever that was. He was like, why am I getting so much engagement? He was like, it's crazy that Eric Wall went at these people because they're absolute maniacs. And I was just like, yes.
Yeah, this one was this is about let me introduce for people who haven't been on Twitter today. I haven't been reading X. So Richard tweeted this morning, I think. Yeah, so it was like Ethereum might be missing one. I honestly, sometimes I see Richard's tweets and I'm like, I'm just not even thinking about it at the time. Like, okay, this is something, maybe I'll look at it later. I didn't even think much about it. And because it just looked like I was like, what is Sir Aligned Companies? I didn't even spend much time on it. Busy doing other things. And then all of a sudden, like a few hours later, I saw Martin, shout out to Martin, Storyteller17, has a lot of great content. I've completed the application to strategic ETH reserve.xyz, providing PulseChain Treasury addresses, which currently holds 66,000 ETH. And by the way, it used to be 170K, about 4,000 or 5,000 were sent to Tornado Cash not too long ago. So make of that what you will. And then when listed, it would rank PulseChain number 2 right after Ethereum Foundation. When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's clear. Again, Richard will tweet stuff that's very vague. What does this mean? Might be missing one. Unless you dig into it, you really don't know what to make of it half the time, or at least I don't. And then when I see somebody like post that, I'm like, oh, okay, now my brain kickstarts. That is interesting. That makes sense. And then the guy running the site, what you're talking about, I saw this come up maybe just a couple hours ago. I received hundreds of pings since this post. PulseChain Army is no joke. And then he also pointed out respect to Eric Wall for ever daring to go against this army. Did he tweet? I don't know. Maybe catch me up on this. Did Eric say something recently, or just he saying in general?
No, that's just it's an old legend to these ETH guys.
Yeah.
Like that's an old tall tale. Like because it's all just like a meme to them because they're so those kind of guys that are so into it that they think everything's a meme coin, everything other than Ethereum or Bitcoin, pretty much. But it's so funny. First of all, Eric Wall is a demon spawn, obviously. No, I'm kidding. He's like kind of funny as crap, to be honest. But there's philosophies in crypto. He is leaning into like Bitcoin will be workable somehow, and he whiffed on that. But I think he's sticking to that for the most part. But I think Richard was right, not about everything, but about some things. And price appreciation is the weird thing. But anyway. Eric Wall is super funny though. Hey dude, can I ask? No, actually, I'm not going to ask you that on stream because I don't know. I don't have enough hindsight about it. It's just I was thinking about stupid coin that everyone's talking about, but I don't know anything about it.
All right.
So I don't want to mention it anymore.
All right. No worries, man. Have you been to lookintorh.com?
Probably not. No, I mean, probably in my life, yes, if you've had this website for a long time, but no, not lately. What's going on this website?
Yeah, so no, this is Gerardo. Shout out to Gerardo from Mintra and Lightbeam.
Oh, this is Gerardo. Wait, what is this one called?
Lookintorh.com.
Dude, I remember when lookintohex.com every day. I looked at that for a long time. Back in the day, though.
We still got
the rainbow. Remember the rainbow?
Oh yeah, I mean it's been revamped. You might not have seen the new one either. It's been redone recently as well.
Have you talked to Gerardo?
Don't talk to him too often. I think he was on the show maybe a few months ago. I want to say something like that.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I've seen that he's been pumping out some stuff.
He has quite a few projects now. He's got Look into Hex, Look into RH. Actually, let's just go to Gerardo X, Twitter, Hex. See if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Let me find it online real quick. X.com, Gerard. Always fun to guess the names of a dog. Gerard dog. Hold on. I got my messages.
Gerard. Oh, his is the hardest, dude. His is the hardest for that.
Yes, here it is.
Gerard dog.
Yeah, achievement unlocked. Gerard dog.
No, that should be a name right there because I stumbled on that for life.
I cannot spell it for the life of me because I never have any practice doing it. So Lightbeam, if you haven't seen this, really cool new block explorer, really nice price layouts and all that stuff as well. So this is a new community built block explorer. You got Midgard.wtf, a few other ones that came out. So that's one of his projects. You got Mintra, of course, Look into Hex. There's a PLS Whisper, Look into RH, Look into Pump.tires. This is have you played with Pump.tires much recently?
I've seen Pump.tires. I played with Pump.tires.
Mm-hmm. So
that site's pretty cool. Like I never, you know what I mean? Like I don't know the details, so I don't want to be like whatever. But like as a service, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So you got Pump.tires. So yeah, he's PulseChain.
Wait, so Gerardo's the Pump.tires guy?
No. He just made a stat site for Pump.tires.
Oh, I see. So all the stat sites, but he's got Mintra still, right?
Yes. Yep. Mintra's still there. Also, a site you may be interested in since you're trying to catch up on things, PulseChain.community. He lists a bunch of different apps, creators. You can find a bunch of stuff through that. Go Real DeFi is on here. That's my site, for example. You may have not heard of that yet. Pretty popular in the community. Let's see.
What's it called?
Let me find it. GoRealDeFi.com. Yeah, so this one. So if you click on, just GoRealDeFi.com, just the way it sounds. So it's basically, so do you remember when Richard or the devs or otherwise decentralized all the things? We had IPFS links instead of, hosting the sites, all that.
Yeah.
So this is in response to that, basically, of just making it easier to access the apps. So instead of, like, for example, right now you go to hex.com. I think they made PulseChain Yeah, they made some other improvements to PulseX one, but go to hex.com. Go to go.hex.com. And it's like, a bunch of nerd writing stuff, a bunch of things that confuses everyone. And then you click this link to go to the thing. And it's a URL that's very not looking like it's legit and looking like it's some random thing that nobody understands.
Hey,
right.
side take on that though.
Uh-huh.
From the noob side of the world, and I know you know this, maybe you don't, because depending on what browser you use, but like there are phishing sites for PulseChain.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just as somebody who spams on their computer all the time. Like, I have a streaming computer for spamming, so I spam all the time. And just so everyone knows, just if there's anyone getting their little business, people move quick. RH, you know that. Like new guys, it's okay to have that. It's stupid. Yeah, we should not have that but nobody can be trusted. In general, you got to watch out. If something's asking you for a confirmation off the bat and you're not seeing, if something doesn't click right and it's asking you for the confirmation, it'll ask for a full approval of whatever, all usually. That can happen. You can be done in 3 seconds. I know this from experience. 5 years ago, it happened to me, but since then, I've thought about it quite a bit too. So just be careful because it can happen to anyone. And it can happen to smart people too because it happens quick.
That's the reason I'm not on Telegram anymore. One of the big reasons is I have almost got scammed a couple times. It is ridiculous because security is my thing. That's one of my marketable skills as well. And it's like if somebody presents messages or websites and stuff to me and I almost click on it, I can't imagine like the average crypto user. It's crazy. So Telegram, be careful if you're out there in the groups and chats and stuff.
Yeah, seriously, be careful. Like use crypto wisely. Like, hey, if I'm on this computer, I'm like way more savvy about what I'm doing. Hey, that's how I do it. If I'm on this computer, I can kind of just do whatever I want because I don't have real value or like anything going on at the moment in any open,
Yeah. So actually on the scam part too, that's another benefit that was kind of like I never even thought about when I made the website. But you talked about people click on the wrong links and, maybe Googling for stuff, which you shouldn't do to get links to PulseChain site, especially the bridge. That's like a popular one that's got malicious links and stuff out there. I use GoRealDeFi and I don't have to worry about that because I can click on, for example, remember we go back to the Hex app and it's got, the URL that looks like that. And you go to the landing page and it's like, oh, what do I do? Just give me a button to click, please. And there is a button, but it's kind of hard to see with all the nerdy stuff going on. If you go to GoRealDeFi, you click Hex and it goes to the Hex app and it's got a nice hex.pulsechainapp.com URL. And it's exactly the same app. It is pointing to the app. It is just giving you a different view with a better URL and pointing to the exact same app. And it keeps automatically up to date with the new versions and it pulls stuff from the official website, all that. So been online for about a year and a half. You want to verify the security? You want to verify the hashes? You want to verify the apps you're talking to? Click this button called Verify Hash. It'll go to another site, another app, and it'll tell you all the hashes. Make sure they're the same. It'll tell you the status. If it doesn't say okay, something went wrong. Probably it's some update script was broken, but a way to verify the security of all this stuff. So that was like the main purpose was to make onboarding simpler since IPFS a step forward in the direction of decentralization, clearly, but a step backward, I would argue, for onboarding because so much friction is now clicking on using IPFS and URLs look weird and all that stuff. So that's why that was the original intent purpose.
It's crazy because a deck screener one comes up out of the blue moon on this computer every once in a while because I hit deck screener, I swear to you, 11,000 times a day if I'm at my computer. And there's a quick one. It just has a .net at the end of it or whatever it has. Same site, boom, boom, asking you confirmation. Of course, that red flags for me. But I'm like, wow, like first on the list too, But dude, thank you so much for making a website that actually. I'm gonna check this website out. No, this is your website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got me confused because you went through Gerardo's montage.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep you up. I mean, there's a ton of stuff as far as apps and websites and stuff, but trying to give you some of the things that I like and that I've seen and the community's been building, in the last, couple, years.
What do you think about these nuclear pumps, dude?
Nuclear pumps.
I mean, this is not a drill. I feel like I don't know. You're acting too nonchalant.
Is this a pump for ants? Yeah.
No, it's not. But it's a momentum shift.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, first 5 minutes, I was pretty hyped about that. I was talking about in the chat was mentioning that all the ETH, $1.4 million coming across the bridge to PulseChain, 555.55 wrapped ETH. That's a pretty big deal. I haven't seen that much money come across the bridge in one transaction. I mean, usually we don't see it. Usually it's like smaller ones. And this happened, it's like 38 minutes. Oh, well, when I first talked about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes or so ago, and a few hours after seeing the PulseChain Treasury stuff, Richard, the community, the tweets and all that stuff too. Right afterwards, somebody bridged in that much money. What do you think they're going to do with it?
Well, they want to slingshot it to glory.
I mean, according to, I don't look at the charts too much on the show, but Hex ain't doing bad, and the rest of them neither too today. Doing pretty good. Well, we got Hex up 21%, almost at a penny or so. Ink up 31%, over $2 again on Ink. And PulseX.
I bought the ink close to the bottom. Like I was moving stuff around, and I made sure I sent a big portion of that, but I moved it around. It was about like 125 or something. It was like a week ago, a couple days ago. It was sick because ink. If you watch ink on Deck Screener, dude, that thing slingshots hard, man. Like that thing will do a 40-cent swing, and while everything else sometimes will be doing like 5% or 10%. And I just noticed that over the last couple of weeks. So I was like, dude, I have to get in on that. There's so much, like, there has to be some pressure there.
There's a lot of great RH tweets too in the last few months of talking about ETH being what he talked about leverage. Like, a lot of people see it as leverage on Pulse and PulseX and stuff like that. Usually we see that. Usually we see whenever the core coins pump, Ink is pumping the hardest usually, which is, but also the inverse. It's also been, headed down the hardest after, remember when PulseChain launched, it hit like $80 or so. It was pretty. You
crazy. Have to count that out. Like, it's hard for us to count that out, but we know what it was actually. I mean, everyone got their money, bro. Like, that chart's going to, and what did RH say for months? I swear for months. It's going to get out of pocket with P copies. It's going to get out of, he told us everything about what was going to happen. At least for me, I felt like that. So it's kind of worked out way better than even I could have imagined, but the wait had to be longer, and that's just the market, right?
I mean, there's a ton of reasons why Glory hasn't came to the ecosystem yet. I would say macro conditions, they've been looking a lot brighter recently, but boy, have they been sad for the last few months or so. SEC stuff was not cleared up. We didn't have a timeline for that. We didn't know when that was going to happen, although a lot of us again believed for sure it was going to happen, or at least extremely big chance of it happening. You got, I mean, again, our biggest marker has been muzzled. Is he going to come back and stream that? Maybe a question for you too, before we go on to another topic too. Do you think RH is going to come back and stream now that SEC stuff is cleared, or after Interpol, or never, or TBD?
I have a controversial. I don't think it's controversial. Like, RH needs to be more mature as he gets older. Just like
on 50 right now.
Well, just like everyone does, though, right? But let's not get it twisted. RH was a dork, and he admitted it. And he played video games for a decade and isolated himself. Admitted it. I read it. I watched all his stuff. He said
I wasn't sure if you're talking about that time or when he dressed, as in his words, dressed like a clown during the outrage marketing one.
Well, no, but that's before what I'm saying. Like, he missed maybe some of that normal growing up, like party stuff.
I see.
Like sometimes people like get their dating out of the way early, and then they're just more chill about it. And then some people get into their 30s and get divorced, and they're like, go on a rampage and drink too much and like party hard. It was almost like he needed to experience that time in his life, just like everyone has to experience everything eventually, And but I guarantee he's like that. I guarantee he thinks some of it was a little out of control, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's just way more insightful on the topic than I am, and he just knows, like, hey, dude, I know you think morality is a thing and all that, but like when market comes, it comes no matter what. And he's just dead certain on that. So I don't know, but I hope that he does not just open up his complete mind to us. Like, he does not have to open it all up like he used to. Like, every little thing, every person, like, bam, I hate you, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have to be so offensive. He's popular, man. He's popular. People, whatever it is, I don't know how it works, dude, but he's popular and he's smart. And so I think that if he goes about it the way he did with that video, and we just publish things like normal people just publish things. That video was amazing. Did you like that video? I thought that video was sick.
The 52-minute video he published recently?
Yeah, but that was this first one since like Christmas. So that was kind of a thing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, there's a ton of great stuff from that one. Covered a few days ago as well, just about God. I mean, he talked about God candles. He talked about, there's no reason I can't make more of these videos whenever, I want to say more words or something. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in that video.
We had enough content for a week. Enough content for a week these days is like enough. You know what I mean? It's all quick stuff, but a week. I mean, one video, he got to sit down and really map out what he wanted to say. Dude, yeah, it's more fun having 3 beers and saying F you to everyone, of course. That's always fun. Like, that's just hanging out with the boys, getting, talking ass, crypto and how guys are. But now he's probably thinking like, oh, we got a shot here with this whole SEC thing. And I know he envisioned it, but he's just going for it, man. And I just appreciate that. That's all I know. He's going for it. And it's sick to watch.
I literally, no pun intended, have no expectations for how he comes back. I think he will. I've talked about this before. I think he will come back and start streaming and be your world's biggest marketer and stuff like that again. But how he comes back, if he comes back and starts challenging everyone and bring your heroes here to die, or he comes back and just starts being super cerebral and just sits down, wants to tell us how liquidity works and how, market movers work, and wants to talk technical, PulseChain and stuff. Or if he comes back and he's just like, hey, I'm here to say I'm right, and let me go tell you of the crazy story with what happened. Maybe sitting down 60 Minutes one day, we'll be watching that. Well, that'd be pretty cool. However he comes back, like I trust him to manage that, and he's gonna. I think this whole thing's been shredded. I think every single thing has been planned, every single piece. And of course, there's been pivots and adjustments and stuff like that because you can't plan for everything. But the core principles of what he's about, what he's trying to do, I think there's no better explanation than he knows what he's doing. And when he comes back and if he starts doing outreach marketing again, he must know there's an angle where that's effective. And I mean, we could argue,
dude, if we hit all-time highs, I will bow down. And I'm a fan. I push this shit. As a fan, I will bow down. Not as like a user, like as a fan, because I'm like, what, and I'm just saying that, like, in the world of things working out, immutable code, talking things into existence, getting people, we are normal people. I am so convinced that, like, PulseChain and Hex are the normal people of crypto. When I say normal, like, not super techie, like, just like kind of like from wherever, doing whatever, just trying to learn how to figure out how to make it and like progress in technology and crypto and stuff. That's what I found out. And it's like every different crypto has their sector of just people that are like that, right? Like different crowds, they're just tech bros. Like they really don't even care if the price goes down. They're just jazzed on tech all day. Maybe they'll make the world a better place too, whatever. But super excited, bro. What do you think about everything that's going on? Like what do you think about, do you think it's on? Like, is that your stance, or are you like cautious right now? Or do you think like, what's up with I haven't really talked to you. So what do you think? Like, are we cool?
I mean, I'm usually pretty like, holding back a lot of excitement, especially even when I think things are going really well. I'm trying not to get too bullish. I'm trying to like, stabilize, not be, again, I don't wear my emotions on the price chart. Like if it's green, I try not to ride the highs too high. If it's red, I try not to pay attention or go do something else. When do I care what the price is? When I'm going to buy, sell, or manage a leverage position? Like that's the things I try to stick by. However, I think last week was one of the best weeks in PulseChain we've ever had. I mean, not just saying we had the Pulse Conference 2055, which went amazing, and I'm super thankful for all the speakers and everyone who participated in that. That was amazing. Richard retweeted it. It was baller. But also his video came out Wednesday.
I was there watching when Richard retweeted it. It was cool. It was great.
Yeah, we had such good content and just really good. Just felt great to do that. And we're gonna have 3. I mean, from what I understand, we had this one in May. Maddie's sounds like one's going to happen in June, and then July I'm playing the PulseX conference. This community has 3 conferences in a row in 3 different months. What other community does stuff like that? Who steps up and does these things like we do? We do the work. It's really inspiring. Like I hope to inspire others, but I get inspired myself just by like cranking out this stuff. So
why have you had so much conviction? Because I think of anyone, I don't care who it is, to be honest. And I know that you made it your name early, and you obviously have bags, right? That you're not getting, no one's paying you, but you have bags. But why conviction so 100%? Like I don't think it benefited you like that much to be like 100%. Like you could have been like 90%, but you stuck to it. You believed in it no matter what. Your tone never changed. I swear, as far as what I saw. Why is that? Like, what is real? Do you just think that, like, what is it?
This is the place to be, man. Like for better, for worse, when richer for poorer, like red candles are green, whatever drama is happening, who cares? We're going to win. And I want to make a contribution to that. I want to be a part of that. And I don't care how long it takes. I can wait. Like for some reason I have these particular, personality or skills or otherwise that can just make me just hold on and just keep pushing and persevere. And I hope to inspire other people to have those kind of traits if they don't already, because that's what we need. We need the army. We need the Hex army. We need the PulseChain army. We need people who, I said this before, refuse to lose. Like that is the spirit. We are going to win. I don't care how long it takes. And we deserve it.
I don't have a choice to be here sometimes. Like, I swear to God, I feel like I don't have a choice. It's like in my brain, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I know I'm dumb, but I have no choice. This is my path. Do you feel that some way? Like there's a part in your gut where you're kind of like, I feel like something right is going on here, even if I don't know everything. Like I don't know every little thing, right? But
I don't need to agree with everything Richard says either. Like I'm a maxi for his ideals. The guy's awesome. I've never met him in person. We talked about this during the conference. If you search for the clips posted on my channel, who is Richard Hart? I did it with me, SJ and Crypty did like 20 minutes of just like, who is this guy? Why do we like him? What is his mission? All that stuff. Never even met the person. There's probably us 3, or some of the biggest, fans, for example, and people who believe in his stuff and tech and all that and want to, push that agenda. And there's hundreds or thousands of people who are just like, no, this guy, his ideals are really good. They deserve to be at the top of the list of things to do. I want to see more of that in the world. And they're willing to put in the time, the energy, the capital, whatever they have, whatever skill they have, they're willing to put that in. And it's literally just, again, one of Richard's favorite quotes, perseverance. Like, just no matter what, just if you just keep going, eventually, if you go, it's kind of like the quote, it's like if you buy a scam, it's going to go to 0. But like if you don't buy a scam, like that kind of thing, like, if you just hold something long enough, if it's not a scam, it's going to go up eventually. As like kind of the historical thinking. It's kind of like that with this. I don't believe this place is a scam. So if I want to make this place the best it can be and make a contribution and see it win, then why wouldn't I put all my, all that I can give into it, that I choose freely to put into it? Why wouldn't I? Like, it's like asymmetric risk, right? Worst case, glory doesn't happen. And it's like, well, at least I tried. At least I did it with integrity. At least I, tried my best type of thing. And if it does happen, all your dreams come true. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Like, why not?
Well, that's how I pretty much felt while I was streaming. Now, I was in more of a learning stage than you, whether I was there first or not. I just know because you know tech better than I do, right? But I did when I'm streaming, like I cannot help it. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I want to freshen up on a new subject. I can't help it. I'm popping deck screener, bro. Like I just can't. This is where I started, man. The only reason I'm here is because Richard called the top at 65. I sold at 56, and I had on Coinbase, and then I took the whole year off and I streamed, and it was amazing. It was incredible. I mean, I learned more. I had more fun, connection, learning, ups and downs, good times. But now I can come back to it in a way where it's like, all right, I kind of did all the recess for me. Like, I can just be what I want to be on. I love streaming. Like, I really do. I think
fun.
streaming is a great, fun thing to do.
Content creation is super underrated. I mean, you literally, it's low barrier of entry. You really just got to have time to do it. You know, maybe a little bit of setup. It really doesn't take much, and you just go out there and tell people what you think and talk to other people. And you know, again, if you're creating this positive content, it's going to pump the ecosystem. Like we need more of that, right? It's one of those easy things to do that just people just need to get over the hump to do it. And we've had a few new streamers from here and there, but it's again, when the green candles consistently keep coming, I think it's going to get real, man. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this.
Right. And then all we need people to do is that, like, if you align with someone's message at all, like, there is no reason for you to hate on them, because trust me, if you're a streamer, you don't pay attention to what people are saying anyway, because if you did, you'd lose your noodles. But just retweet. If that's all you do anyway, is like retweet people and like talk on there. Like, if someone's doing shit for free, like, I say free, like, you know, you have a channel, maybe there's monetization, there's super chat, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, basically break even at best, usually, for streaming. There's other avenues in the future. Obviously, you're kind of talking about future projection, stuff like that. So I totally get it, dude. I'm the same way as me. Like, I think about the future all the time. But we just need to not, because now when I go to other communities and talk, people don't get mad anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's the way it should be, bruh. Like, more people, better, always, no matter what, right? And that's how I've always felt. And if I'm on this learning journey anyway, I'm just like, but it just, like, the reason I saw your stream and I was like, he's being honest about the way he feels about this stuff. I can tell. There was no motive, right? So you just smash the retweet. Like, you just smash the retweet or whatever. Like, that's how Twitter is, and that's how the good guys will get to the front quicker. And I mean, good guys, like people that are just being honest about stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, my motive is for us to win. Yeah, I want to make money. Yeah, I want to see glory. Yeah, I want to see Richard on top of the world again. I want the whole community to be, you know, widely respected for people fighting to be a force for good in the world. I mean, it's about as pure as you can get. A lot of people. I mean, again, I feel like there's plenty of other people who have similar ways of looking at it, but those, I hope that kind of, you know, that kind of way of going about it. Again, I hope to inspire other people to get into this thing, get into content creation. Again, do it with integrity, do it with good intentions, do it to help people, sacrifice a little bit, you know, you know, pun not intended, I guess, on that. We all sacrificed a couple years ago. People are buying it way cheaper than that now. Hopefully we all get rewarded. Hopefully DCA prices are working out pretty good as well, if that's what you're doing. But it's like that kind of thing. If we just be consistent at it and keep going, like, why not? It is unreasonable that we will not get to glory. Unreasonable. There's no guarantee, there's no certainty, but it is unreasonable. That's good enough for me, man.
Now pull me up full screen, not with both of us up there, without the picture.
Oh, that's a, I don't think, let's see, let me hit you.
I have a hot take. I mean, no. I want you up here with me. I don't want to say, I just didn't want the screen share.
Gotcha. Makes this a little layout. There we go. Okay, just pull the screen down. There, that's what I meant.
No, but like, for anyone that needs a wake-up call on the PulseChain sacrifice, I've been kind of spitting this around a little bit. Please, you need to wake up if you think that was a sideways deal. That was not a sideways deal. Let me give you a little scenario in your head. Okay? So Hex right now, let's call it a penny, right? Let's call it 2 pennies because we'll just network together. All the hexes together is 2 pennies, right? I sacrifice my hex, which is basically all I had, or whatever was going on at the time, at 18 cents and 30 cents. I got all that value. Now I have thousands of dollars in value. I didn't say hundreds of thousands, but I have thousands of dollars in different coins that I sacrificed for, and the whole ratio trading early on, blah blah blah, doing all that stuff, saved guys like me from losing all their money. Okay, and that's a fair thing. I was a hexagon dude. I might have rode that thing down to zero. I didn't have 20 years of market knowledge. I'm not saying I took profits along the way a little bit, but it was my first like major blowout, and that thing saved me, man. I have more versatility in the space now. I have more Ethereum. I have money on Ethereum, and then it's separate completely from what I feel like is a separate sector, which is my Pulse chain, which I feel like is where I need to be because I can't pay those transaction fees already. $7 yesterday, I can pay them, but I don't want to. I don't want to pay freaking $5-7 fees. What the? I could have bought Lambo with whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like already I can see what's going on, but I really forgot my point. But that sacrifice saved me personally. And I only sacrificed Hex. I know people that did USD, they kind of got McCooked. But I also had the 2.2 sacrifice bonus. So like it worked out for me really well. That's all I'm trying to say. So like people think like we lost all your money. Not really, dude. Like lost like 50% of it, maybe 60. But that's bear market.
Depending on the coin, yeah. And there's been pumps in the ecosystems. I mean, there's all kinds of different, framing for this that is not just this, oh, I'm down and like that sucks type of deal. It's it's the stickiness of the pulse chain sacrifices and hex staking means you have a reason to stick around too. It cannot be underestimated. If you staked out 5, 10, 15 years, you have a bag of hex. You hope it goes up, and the yield be what it be. It's one of those things like it keeps again keeps people involved, keeps people interested, and the sacrifice same thing. How many people I actually want to get? I was trying to get, and I was asking Ben Sierra. Might not have met him yet, but he's a hex analytics guy, and I know you know Crispy Man, Hexfire. But I was asking them like, is there a way to see how many people sacrificed for Pulse Chain and PulseX but haven't used Pulse Chain yet? I have a feeling that there are plenty of them, and they're not going to maybe until they see green candles. And then that's a ton of, adoption, a ton of people, a ton of network usage, a ton of things that we haven't even seen yet from the sacrifice set. I'd be curious of that. Or maybe they made a who has made significant transactions since then, who hasn't touched their wallet, for a year or two too. I think those could be some pretty bullish metrics too that we just don't have the data on yet. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ways to look at it and be unhappy. There's a lot of ways to be like, this is actually, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. Maybe the green comes back. But that's the other part I want to get to too, is Coffee retweeted this, Rackham's tweet. This guy's offering $1 million actual dollars to anyone willing to debate Richard Hart. Oh man. And
does Richard know about that deal, or is that just
I don't know. I mean, there's speculation. I saw in the chat too, like, has he already agreed to to debate someone at a future date?
It seems a little weird only because I don't know. I mean, it says you're a challenge to a live recording debate. What's the debate about?
Proposed topics, blockchain, crypto, fintech. It's just like kind of like a general, maybe they make up the topic, they agree on a type of debate. Again, Richard could totally not be interested or not know about it or whatever too, but there's $1 million. It sounds like, at least on the X, from somebody willing to sponsor a challenge.
I don't believe it, but maybe if someone could get $1 million, if that transaction goes through, somebody let me know. I mean, come on.
What if Richard won and then he took it and put it straight into Hex? Just $1 million green candle, be like, yeah, just for fun.
It just seems like he's kind of spinning up something that might not be there.
I mean, I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out what.
I hope. I want to see him. I will pay $100. I'll give 100 to the. I'll add 1 million. No, 100 to the 1 million, and I'll make it in Doge. No, I'm kidding. I'm
The
joking.
Doge.
No, but I mean anything to get Richard on there. I just don't. If he was like, yeah, if he like came out and under there was like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
I mean, who knows what if he
Yeah,
retweets and
that would
says
be sick.
it appears someone's about to lose a debate, winky face, and drops a link. You never know these days, man. And there could be multiple.
I'll debate RH for $4.50.
$4.50.
But I'm not going a cent lower, Rackham.
For 450 Vietnamese dong. That's a
Yeah.
there's a lot of dong jokes, a lot of Vietnamese jokes and currency stuff going around the last few weeks. If you caught up with that, but
I'm always open to that kind of thing.
No, this is P-Dye jokes of the apparently the alleged Vietnamese wallet.
Yeah, what is that thing? Are you allowed to talk about that, dude? Because please fill me in, bro. So confused, bro, after the break, man. Never been more confused in my life.
I mean, I have no boss for talking about stuff, so I can.
Can you just give me a rundown of like what happened in like pretty precise form?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just say that to say like I do. There's plenty of things that are unpopular that people, but prefer that people don't talk about it otherwise. And I'm just like, I think it's interesting. I think it's informative. I'll probably talk about it. Just like we'll talk about the debate a little bit later on. If you saw that, there's a debate going on tomorrow. We'll talk about that.
And you have to let me ask questions as you go through the story. So go through the story.
Here we go.
Hey, pull us down though. We're supposed to be talking.
All right. This is Jim Rat's. Jim Rat has very specific streaming requests.
I'm sorry, dude. I just wanted to see because the computer screen's only so little.
That's true. It's probably better this way. I like it. This is actually good feedback that I'll pay attention to half the time. So P-Dye thing. Oh, what was it? It's been a couple months or so. It started getting a huge community, ton of liquidity. It started getting, this is a very abbreviated version, but it started getting exploited. There was some bug that apparently because when it was forked, things didn't match up on PulseChain. Technical details aside, people were able to take drain money, were able to, I guess, mint P-Dye and then sell it in a liquidity pool, something like that. Whatever it was, they were able to take money out. And I think they were, correct me if I'm wrong, they were bridging it like out of PulseChain, at least part of it and stuff too. So it's like a whole extractor, like the whole thing was like this extractor meme of like, wow, there's somebody who exploited this contract that got forked over to PulseChain. It wasn't an exploit in PulseChain, it was just exploit in a contract that happened to be popular, tied to a coin that had liquidity on PulseChain. Bunch of money kept getting drained. A lot of people, again, there's like one of the biggest sub communities on PulseChain. So a ton of people were supportive and, we're not wanting to believe it's true. And
I heard people say to me, PulseChain is done because P-Dye is done. And I'm like, I'm sitting in my chair like, what do I even make of that? I've never even heard of this. Like, so it's crazy because the community behind it must have been outrageous. And I'm not saying it's not outrageous now, dude. I am not trying to be a haterade. I don't know what's going on.
I think it's always been a fascinating narrative. Like I've always been like, oh, what if that is, Richard talked about his own stablecoin and decentralized and all that stuff. And there's been a ton of research, analysis, and speculation put around it. One of the biggest sub communities on PulseChain. And I think that's just what it was. It was like, it had nothing to do with PulseChain other than it was a protocol in there that had a huge community. It wasn't like, again, PulseChain didn't get exploited. It's not over because of that. But a huge amount of liquidity got shaken up due to that. A lot of things shifted around. And it was just like, it was just kind of sad too to see people, again, whether you agree with it or not, whether you're pro P-Dye or anti P-Dye or whatever. I was always kind of like neutral. I'm like, I don't really, it's a theory that would be interesting if it happened, but whatever. Like I never even talked about it at all. Hardly.
And what's the good part of that happening? Like I understand why we want to secure stablecoin, blah, blah, blah. But like particularly with P-Dye, obviously Dye is like our kind of secure stablecoin on, that's what we think of it as. But was the thing to like take that, just inflate it to a rate that was $1 and then just use it there, like good for the people that got in before? and kind of just use the protocol as is. Is that what they were trying to do?
I mean, there's several different, I guess, sub theories on that. One, I think it was the pegging, like it was going to peg to $1. Maybe the sacrifice funds could be used to stabilize.
Dude, the pegging is the funniest term of all time, dude. What?
I'm telling you, it had the memes. It had, Somi was super, he still talks about it. Yeah. I mean, it's not, who knows what happens with it. Again, what does it, if PulseChain moons, does it go to $1 again? I'm not like promoting it. I'm just saying like I think the general most rational consensus I could see at this point is I think most people believe the narrative that it will peg to $1 and become RH's stablecoin and all this stuff after he literally said, what did he say? It's a cancer, get rid of this thing, like total not support of it. I think that is there's nothing to that anymore. I think that was a theory that just doesn't make any sense to me. Again, if it makes sense to you, great. Like anyone out there listening, but like that's not like I'm less interested in that theory. The other part though is it's just a meme coin. Like a lot of people treat it as a meme coin now, and meme coins can pump. They can do all these things, and maybe it will. Like maybe it'll pump to $1. Maybe it'll pump to $2. Who knows? But it's like its chance of doing it is like anything else's, except with this, there's just a huge community and a huge amount of believers and people who still believe it has value.
What is a tropa?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy on that.
Why am I asking? Why are they the only things tied together?
I do not know the liquidity web stuff on all these pieces.
Oh, dude, if for someone in the chat, real quick, why is a tropa the only thing tied to DAI with any liquidity? I don't understand it. I thought this was a meme coin. I'm looking at it now. Pool DAI, no money, might as well none. And then a tropa DAI is like 24.4 million. Like, who's scamming someone, or like, what is a tropa? Can someone tell me what a tropa is in the chat? That's really all I want to know. What is a tropa?
The last comment is don't tell him.
Don't tell him. Too much nuclear green candles. Blah.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I'm curious because that's all of the liquidity is tied to that and DAI. So there really isn't any Pulse wave in it. Pulse is kind of separated from it for the most part. Obviously not all the way. There is some Pulse, and it's probably enough to push it up. But that's what I'm saying is it's like somebody's playing with that liquidity. Somebody's doing that on purpose, I guess, or there's really not that many participants in this fluffy, kind of fake fluffy.
I mean, I think a lot has changed on liquidity and stuff over the last couple months, ever since the exploit and stuff happened. So I never kept up with it that much, but I know I haven't looked at it recently. It probably looks way different than it used to. And who knows what's going to happen with it. I mean, there's been all these other sub things and initiatives that have kicked off that people are trying to save it or do something with it or create another narrative or create new coins and all this stuff too. But I don't know. It's never been that interesting. It's always been like this. Oh, that'd be interesting if that happened. Like it is always been a cool narrative, but I've never been, again, it's always been speculation, and everything always ended with, oh, RH needs to do something at the end. All this is possible. We would go through all the mechanics. A lot of smart people went through all this stuff. But to me, everything I watched about it, I was at the end of it. And again, this is just my pedestrian view of it. It was like, and then RH needs to like fund it, or then RH needs to like kick it off. RH needs to reset something. I'm like, I don't expect him to do anything for anything ever. I try to avoid doing that. No expectations. And especially if there's just some community effort, I definitely think it's a long shot that he's going to do anything that's not directly from him, make that big of support. He's not like, I just don't think he works with the community on that stuff. I think he builds stuff himself. I don't care what community products are out there. If he wants to build something different, he's going to build it. And it's not personal. And it's just like, that's just him. He's the guy and he's going to do stuff like that. So
he's either always been doing like mastery, like witchcraft behind the scenes with like subliminal messages. But let's say the obvious answer is that he has absolutely nothing to do with this. He understands all this stuff, so he might buy coins early. Like, but that's it. Like, he's so always been about like, hey, this is what I did, and this is what it is, and this is my diamond, and this is my thing, and this is my, like, he's not super subtle with stuff that he builds either. Like, he kind of goes all in. Like he's a lean in guy. So like my spidey senses say it's completely separated from him. That's just my perspective, though. I'm sure there's some diamond hands in here that can tell me otherwise. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this year there's a ton of stuff talked about many times about new things we could see this year, new narratives have kicked off. He keeps mentioning the wallet. A lot of people have been asking for single side staking, different upgrades for PulseX. He's mentioned before make my own exchange and a decentralized stablecoin and all these things before. Like I could totally see those things happening. I just don't think they'd be happening, or they may be kind of adjacent where maybe there is something to do with DAI or something to do with some stablecoin stuff or otherwise that we can see that the SAC wallet or OA or all these different pieces have control over. They have a lot of supply. Maybe that's just kind of like just in case, like why not get it when I don't know if you remember all these things that were super important during launch phase, ratio trading and the market maker bot, AMM bot that goes around and took all the different, bought up a lot of the cheap stuff and blah, blah, blah. A lot of it may be just like accumulating it just in case. Like there's no advantage there's no disadvantage in doing that, whether it'll ever be used again. So there could be narratives. Some of the stuff could be half correct. But I don't think RH is working with, I don't expect him to be like, okay, to make this thing happen, I just need to like put all this money into it and it'll happen because it's some like community effort. Like I just don't think it's the way it works, whether it'd be cool or not. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are more official things happening on PulseChain this year from RH that we hear about though.
And again, we're just chit chatting, guys. This is what we're just having a coffee about this one. Like I'm just, for anyone that knows the whole story and has the psyop figured out, I'm just asking RHMax. I seriously don't know.
It is a big event that happened.
RH called me. I'm in on it.
What is it?
I said RH called me. I'm in on it. I'm a permission.
Are you? Yeah. You're on his advisor. You're one of his advisors.
It's the only way.
That's the only way to explain GRC coming back right now. He must be on the inside.
Why did I time
him in a good way?
Bottom by 3 days before.
I mean, seriously, the timing of Richard releasing a video. Yeah, we did get the SEC stuff happen on Monday as well. But the timing of that, all the macro stuff that's been happening recently, I've got the tweet pulled up from Brian Armstrong. 2 other thoughts. Crypto is about to be in everyone's 401k. My goal is in 5 to 10 years, getting Coin 50 index will feel as good as this. After Coinbase is joining the S&P 500. I don't know. To me, it's like, I thought about this today. It either feels like this is the top, which when I look at the charts, I don't see the gains that I want, that anyone wants. Nobody wants this to be the top. Or this is the explosive bottom-ish where all these things are set up to like do super well. I'm hoping it's the latter for sure. What about you? You've been strong, by the way. You've been doing some dips. I've been doing some dips. You've been doing some dips.
I have. I'm actually really light right now. I just look big because of the lighting, but I'm light. I'm like 168 right now, so I'm very slim. But I live way better at this weight. I'm telling you. I'm a short guy. I'm not I'm lean. 168. But anyway,
lean, mean, mad gains.
2021, dude. Okay. Teleport my brain to 2021. Brian Armstrong, Coinbase goes public in 2021. I remember this. I was literally streaming about this. No, maybe not streaming about it, but I remember the news. Like I just can't. But I remember 2021. Guess what? That company's not public anymore. It didn't work out. I think since Coinbase is such a prominent company, I believe, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I believe that they are just timing it better this time. They just have learned their lessons. The lesson is Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin hasn't topped out yet, obviously, I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't double top, savage the whole market, nuclear war, but Ethereum's going to top after Bitcoin, right? Where you got to look at the timeline, where we're at in the timeline. Ethereum after Bitcoin, alts blow up, all boom, boom, boom. It's kind of happening like right now. We're like kind of in the beginning of the ETH thing. So we'll see if it plays out. Like, are these cycles that similar? And the answer is to a lot of rich people, yes. Like, yes, they are. People go berserk and things go parabolic for certain reasons. And we're getting a lot of those indicators.
I mean, I'm just looking at, there's been so much bull stuff, and it just feels really, really good to see. I'm looking at Pulse's feed right now. Ton of green, a ton of momentum. Again, ink at $2 again. It's been, I remember when ink went down to, I don't know if you were still looking at stuff I think it's last year. Sometime ink went down to, what was the low? Like 63 cents, 65 cents, something like that. And then we just had this huge run up to like, did it hit $3? I want to say something like that. It was incredible. So we've had a couple big pumps.
I remember when it was $80.
Yeah.
Or
$60. Oh yeah, that was the first couple of weeks of launch.
I mined like one. I remember like getting in before the ratio trading, and like I was scared to death, dude. I was so scared, but like I was still playing around a little bit. And I got like one ink, and I was like, no way, this thing's like $43. Like, what is going on? But I heard some really bullish things about ink from some super rich hexicans that I chat with, and like some crypto dudes. Like, they love ink because of the metrics. I can't get to you what the metrics are, but I just noticed over time that keeps coming up, that is tight like a drum. And they can't produce enough probably because of they switch the rate or whatever. You probably know more about this.
I mean, yeah, it's the inflation reduction recently. It was kind of crazy, and liquidity. Richard was talking about. Well, I mean, that's, again, it kind of ties in PDI stuff of like the liquidity has been shaken up so much. The hex inflation. What did RH tweet something about reducing liquidity? I can't remember what it was, but I thought he tweeted something about encouraging less liquidity. I feel like it's maybe a couple months ago or so. Don't quote me on it, but I thought there was something that made me, maybe again, he's so vague most of the time these days. Something that made me interpret it as like, oh, this is like, I'm pretty sure I retweeted this too, about like, this is like, hey, we want lower liquidity because it's about to be God candle time. Like that's kind of the sense I got from it. And the reduction of ink.
To micromanage probably for him or whoever, like the people, like the major players in the system.
Well, this could be the 104-week shakeout. Like, we could be witnessing and not even know. Could be insane as far as the mad gains and stuff go. I don't know, but I want to find out. And I'm glad to see you back. Glad to see you got the shields. Look at the shields. Look at the shields. Nice shields. You get the pumps. You got the bicep.
Yeah, so those old shields that got made, there was like 55 hexicans or something. Like, I talked to the guy. It was way back when. They will never create. He said he'll never create that shield again because he has a different machine. And the little corner art is not easy for the machine to do, like around the rim. And so basically he was like, I'll give you 3. If anyone, he was like, if the bull market goes nuts and people want stuff again, we're going to make a design. So I'm going to have people like pick which one they think is coolest.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if it's green candle season, hex hits $2, we might see some more shields from somewhere. People are gonna be pretty happy.
Pennies, I'm buying 50 shields. No, I'm kidding.
I want to start talking dollars. I'm tired of this penny talk, this sub penny talk, all this stuff. I want to start talking dollar hex.
I love it. Hey, dude. Hey, pamp my bags, brother. Come on, let's go.
GRC, where can people find out more about you and your show? Sounds like you're back. You streaming now?
I'm streaming now. I want to stream again. I'm an 11 a.m. Eastern guy, so if like I'm more of a morning bird, I think better in the morning. But my whole show is about just like my journey in crypto, like what I'm actually doing, what I'm actually looking at, and what I've learned over the last 6 years in order to prevent stupid little things from ruining your experience. Stupid little things being like losing $3,000 if you're just starting because you clicked on a deck screener link that some dude just spammed up to the top. That will ruin your experience in crypto. But if you're aware of the field that you're coming into by just being with, because this is how I learn all the subjects in my life. I just join people that are further in that process than me, right? And there's people that are always further or behind you, right? So just that's my whole thing. Jim Rat Crypto on Twitter. My Twitter's been blowing up lately. And then the YouTube channel, I got to get monetized again because I erased all my stuff and then I had to like restart the whole thing or whatever. But like, we're still having fun in the morning on there. And X Live, what's up with the X Live thing, dude? That stuff is nuts. Are those numbers real or are they fake?
It is hard to say. It is some people.
6,000 yesterday.
It could be views, it could be viewers. It's not very clear, but just go with whatever you like.
They need to fix that, Elon. Fix that.
Well, it's in the best interest not to, because it makes you happier, right? When you think you have like thousands.
It's true, dude. I'm kind of like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. It could be. You could be. Also, everyone, don't forget to stop by tomorrow. GRC. I don't know if you have been keeping up, but I'm going to debate Dipcatcher tomorrow on the channel, 3 p.m. Eastern on FlexNet, his new project. I'm going to take the side that it's a bad idea. He, of course, is going to take the side that it's a good idea. We're going to hash it out. It's going to be fun. Second debate, I think I've seen officially on PulseChain. I hosted the first one between KDP and Gold Key on the IPFS decentralization stuff about a year or so ago. And now me and Dipcatcher are going head to head tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll drop the link in the chat as well.
That'll be fun. That'll be cool. I know that. I know what's going on. I've been reading those.
You saw that? You saw the thumbnail? I made that thumbnail. I'm proud of that thumbnail. I like that thumbnail.
Yeah. And I'll have you on the show soon. I'm having a couple guests on, and we're just trying to have a good time and keep realistic expectations, but realize everything can go sour. Like things can go sour and lean out for a few more months. It's possible. It's really elongated at this point. Yeah, that's lit. Making thumbnails is fun too, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I say that, but it's like when I make a good one, I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. When I'm making it, I'm like, God, why am I spending so much time? 5 minutes. Literally, I do like when I used to clip a lot more than I do now. I came back to clipping, but I would be like, what was my rule? It was like 2-minute rule. If I'm spending more than 2 minutes on a thumbnail, I have to go on. I cannot spend more than 2 minutes on the thumbnail. I have to keep going because I'd have like 10 or 15 clips to do.
Do you have a brand? I didn't know clip. Oh, you mean like video clips? Yeah.
Yeah, clips of the streams.
Yeah. I'm still working through a lot of that too, like how to get shorts going and all that stuff. It's annoying because when I'm doing this, I want to do it right. Like I want to do it optimal. Right. So you got to follow whatever guidelines are at the time. And so any tools that you have for that, please let me know.
Canva, man. Canva's one of the best.
That's what I use.
Canva and I would say, just chat. So something you may not know, especially since you're coming back to the studio, which is new. Look for an inspiration tab on your studio, on YouTube Studio. You can generate AI thumbnails on the inspiration tab. It should be like the first tab now if it's enabled on your account, which it's on mine, so I assume it would be global. You can do thumbnails that are really good on that. I've been using a lot for that as well. So inspiration tab on your YouTube Studio. Check that out.
Awesome, dude. And guys, spam all those tweets you see that are good, just the good ones, about these ETH guys dropping stuff and Richard collaborating and Binance mocking us or whatever the hell all that stuff is. I see the numbers, dude. I've been looking at this stuff for a long time. Twitter is ramping up. Twitter's ramping up. People are getting excited. More people are doing lives. More people are doing content. It's indicators, good indicators.
Let's get a pump in real quick. Let's get a pump.
So you know you're in trouble when your extra large road weight belt don't fit no more. I guess I haven't been lifting on the cardio machine so much. So I'll give lifting this heavy crap a try. Let's give it a shot.
Was that 300 or 400 pounds? That's less than 45s and 90s. That's a lot.
Yeah, baby.
Get it, Rich.
Pussy hands are giving out.
Can't see it. Can't see all my body. My arms are the thing's too close. But anyways, GRC's got me beat on pumps today. That's it. Anyways, everyone, that is all we got for you today. Jim Rat Crypto, YouTube, X, all the stuff. Welcome back. Hope you're out there pumping out some great content. Love to see the content, especially for PulseChain, all that fun stuff. That's all we got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.